Hi, my name is Amy Lee, and for those who don't know me, I am a mentor at Hey Mentor. I am also a student at the University of Washington and hope to pursue a career in the medical field. This spring break, an opportunity allowed me to explore this passion. I took part in a program called HCASB, Healthcare Alternative Spring Break, that provided me the chance to see what healthcare is like in a rural setting. So, on March 18, 2018, we embarked on this journey. Oh, and I came along with 3 other students, Ninja, Shauna, and Linda. And this is kind of what happened. Guys, say hi. Hi.
Are you vlogging?
Hello. Yeah, I'm vlogging, so this is our first stop. Yeah, hello you too.
Be famous.
Linda, you got it? Hey guys, so this is just a little update for the day. So this is still day 1 and we are just settling down right now. We just met our host family and they're very nice and very sweet. So basically today was just a traveling day for us. We went around a lot. We're waiting for dinner right now and yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna head off to the clinic and it's gonna be our first day of job shadowing. And for me, I am job shadowing a nurse. And so yeah, I'm just gonna make these little updates to see like where we are and see like our process and like discovering everything around in the community around us, and I'm very excited to see what Neah Bay has to offer for us. Want to wave first? It's a video. First days always mean logistics. So for us, we headed up to HR to get a few paperwork signed. This takes, a while. Eventually, we made our way through the clinic and we were introduced to everyone, and I was introduced to the nursing staff.
So my name is Kendra and I'm a nurse at Sophie Tribeca Indian Health Clinic in Neah Bay, Washington. Sophie Tribeca Indian Health Clinic is a primary care facility, but we also kind of serve as urgent care. Neah Bay is a really small community, so everybody seems to know everybody, so it's kind of like family. We get to see people over and over again, so we're really able to treat the whole person and not just one little thing at a time.
The first day was all about learning how the clinic runs. The most interesting part of the clinic was that the closest hospital was an hour and a half away in Forks, so that meant that most of the care given at the clinic was care that was sustainable for most of the community, whether it's urgent to not so urgent. Cape Trail! Next adventure? Of course, shadowing at a clinic doesn't stop us from having our fun. We explored every day, and this day, we went to Cape Flattery. It's amazing how much you can learn just by watching, and so during my second day of shadowing, although I didn't do much of patient hands-on work, I definitely noticed a lot about the character of the clinic.
Hi, my name is Shannon Walker. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I work at the Sophie Tribeca Indian Health Center in Neah Bay, Washington. I have been here since July of 2016 and I work with families. I work with pediatrics all the way up to elderly patients, work with chronic conditions like diabetes, also work with chronic pain patients as well as general wellness.
The most unique and special part of the clinic is that it cared for a small community, and although this can be negative at times, it made the care personable and definitely a lot more special when dealing with patients. I must admit, when I was waiting around, I did flip through a few of their books that they had on the bookshelf. The best thing about Neah Bay is that even though it's a small town, there's still so much to do. We ate at Calvin's Crab Shack, which was really good, and then decided to explore a little island. We never made it there, but the adventure was still fun.
I'm Jackie Gillis, and I'm a nurse here at the clinic in Neah Bay, and I've been here almost a year. I, help check in patients, do immunizations, do the employee health part of the clinic, and work on the infection control.
Kendra, one of the nurses that I shadowed for the first day, was really helpful in really putting my perspective into rural healthcare. And so at one point I sat her down and we talked a little about it.
I kind of see it as like a cogwheel, like each person plays a part in the small clinic, and for it to run smoothly, everybody has to be here. In the larger places, like when I work at Johns Hopkins, you could be replaced. So if a team was missing, they'd bring in a new team. Or if one person was out, they had a list of people they could call to replace. Here, we're at our reach. We don't have extra people that come fill in. Everyone has such an important role, and when they're not here, it's missed. Like that they're not here. So the MAs will check the patient in and triage the patient, and essentially get their vitals and kind of get them set up for the provider to see them. So if one of the MAs calls in sick and we only have 2 MAs instead of 3, that means that when a patient comes in, either those MAs are going to have to work really hard to cover all the patients that come in, or I'm going to have to leave my role and what I was doing to come step in to make sure that we are able to get all the patients taken care of quickly. If we try and rely on just the MAs to check in patients and I don't step in, then sometimes it might take them longer to get a patient checked in and get the vitals, and then the patient sits in the room longer, and then the provider gets to them later. I think it impacts everybody with regards to the energy that they bring and how it feels when you walk into that room when somebody's stressed and feeling like they're doing 2 jobs. It puts a lot of pressure on you as well, because if I call in,
then who else is going to be there?
Who else is going to be compromised as well?
Her words truly reflected that not only was she actively thinking about the question I asked when I was there, but also highlighted a knowledge that not a lot of people get until they get the experience that she had as a healthcare provider and someone who worked in the clinic. We headed over to the Wellness Center after lunch and had a tour around the facility, learning about the alternative treatment there, such as physical massage therapy, play therapy, and naturopathic medicine. Of course, we ended the day with a hike, and so we headed over to Shai Shai Beach. So today, I just wanted to do a little reflection to catch up on everything that we've been doing, because I feel like we've been doing so much. Going to the Wellness Center really opened my eyes, and I feel like everyone else's eyes, to a broader picture of what healthcare is like in Neah Bay. They covered 3 really important things. I was jotting down notes. I was making sure to really listen and really understand where I was coming from through my perspective, and also where the community comes from, and really respecting that. Ideas that I thought about through today was number 1, healing, number 2, community and cultural sensitivity, and number 3, sustainability. We really talked about different treatments and different projects that the center is focusing on, and it was really eye-opening. Example, healing. Healing was a big part of the community, where a lot of the community was going through healing through the history where a lot of the older generation went through boarding school, so they never really had that chance to grow up in the community that they're in, or feeling in the way that a lot of the community, or like a part of the community, is dealing with the opium problem in America, and definitely like a heroin addiction. So like finding a way to heal these patients and like to follow the process with them was really important in the discussion. And also community and cultural sensitivity, so bringing the community together through like any services that the wellness center was willing to provide, that was really important, and I felt like really touched our hearts back to like how connected healthcare is with like also mental health and other things like that. And the third thing was really important, that healthcare is all about sustainability, and definitely for the community to have accessible healthcare that fits the needs of the community, and definitely seeing the way that the wellness center like molds to the community and the way that the tribe works and the way that everything works in Neah Bay. Like, it was really refreshing to understand and to hear and listen about the different ways that the community works together in order to improve all the time, and there's always room for improvement. And the things that the wellness center does like every day is amazing already, and like it's just something that I really wanted to reflect on. And this is where we come to the end. Thank you so much to HCASB, the Sophie Tridovic Health Clinic, and the host families for making this opportunity and amazing trip possible. Yeah, and I know this video was kind of long, but for those who stuck around and watched the whole thing, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed it and took something out of our trip to Neah Bay. Well, alright, see you guys next time. Bye!